Newcastle dropped to 14th in the league after suffering a 3-1 defeat at Stamford Bridge. We'll hear from Sharkey, who was down West London, on his thoughts on the game. We'll hear from Rafa on the mistakes again costing Newcastle goals. And I'll be running you through the game itself. Yeah, hi everyone, new intro, it's back to Sky Sports theme. So, earlier on today I was talking about the quick thoughts. And I got beat 3-1, we've got a lot to get through. Yes, there's a lot of negativity as well which I've tried to keep away from, in particular Twitter. So let's get on with the review, and of course we want to know what you think and your thoughts down there below. So let's get on with the lineups. Let's have a look at Chelsea, how they lined up. A couple of surprises. I think what we were doing on the whiteboard video, if you look at that lineup, I think the only one that we didn't get correct was Drinkwater and Christensen, because we thought it'll be Cahill who would start, and then we also thought that Pedro would start on this one. But that is still a strong side in anyone's book, and we got it right that Victor Moses would start. We did think that'll happen. Switching across to Newcastle, change of surprises, huge surprises again. Mo Diarmi, which I found a bit odd, to be honest with you, starting in centre midfield. Then we're seeing Richie this time on the left. And we're seeing Murphy on the right, Gale up top, Perez in the 10. Finally, you dropped Hoslu. No disrespect to Hoslu, but I thought it was about time. I got it right. I thought Shelby would be on the bench, to be honest with you. Dropped Yedlin, which is again surprising. And of course, you started Darlow and continue with Chancellor and Bemba left back. So, right, let's get on with the game then. So, deja vu happened. Dwight Gale scored very early on in the 11th minute. A great burst of energy by Jacob Murphy to try and nick his first goal for Newcastle. Poor back pass by Alonso, mind Courtois saves. Dwight Gale has a tap, and thank you very much. The 2-0, 1-0 up. The noise in the way end was absolutely mental. You could see it, you could hear it during the game as well. Sharkey was down there, which we'll hear from Sharkey in a moment at Stamford Bridge. It was a great start, 1-0 up, and then it was just an onslaught. It was really an onslaught. I remember Darlow rushing off fairly quickly after that goal, sorry. The difference between Darlow and Elliott is Darlow isn't afraid to just rush off his line. Where I've said it in a couple of analyst videos that Elliott's stuck on his line, he needs to come out further. But then the goal comes, doesn't it? I mean, yes, they should have had a penalty. We got away with that one. But, it was a bit of chaos. It was like in the 18th minute, and Christensen's header was against the post. The player went on. Chelsea's cross come from the right. It's cut out by Lejeune. And there's Hazard to blast home, 1-1. And then they scored in the 33rd minute. Again, a cross from the right. And this is poor defending by Newcastle. Rafa Benitez will talk about it in a second. Morata heads near post. Final Lejeune is absolutely nowhere yet again. Chancellor Bemba's already fallen on the floor. Chelsea go in 2-1 up. Second half, you're thinking, right, okay, we're still in the game. And it was just an onslaught. It was just all Chelsea peppering. Yeah, and the only chance I can remember off the top of my head was Jose Perez shooting wide. And, Rafa Benitez was worried because Chelsea were just going straight through our midfield time and time again. So he brought on Hayden for Perez to go 4-5-1 and then switch it also a wing-back system. See Matt Ritchie playing left wing-back, and then he brought on DeAndre Yedlin later on to play further up. He had Chancellor Bemba right back at one stage. So Rafa was tinkering a lot in that second half. And the penalty, the third goal was a penalty. Fabregas plays in Moses. Moses outpaces, better touch than Richie. Richie brings him down, clear penalty. Hazard, the cheeky little clip into the back of the net when he dinks the penalty, but fully deserved. They were the better side. And, Shelby was dispossessed when he come on later on. They could have got a fourth. Darlow rushing off his line. Darlow saved later on from Alonso, but it's disappointing. We'll talk about the individuals and tactics in a moment, but this is Sharkey's quick reaction when he come out the ground.
So it's finished at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 3, Newcastle 1. Newcastle got off to the perfect start after 12 minutes through a goal by Dwight Gale. Then after that, really, it was all Chelsea for about 8 minutes. Then they equalised through Eden Hazard, but it was a mistake. And then for the second goal, a mistake by Matt Ritchie, headed the ball back to Victor Moses, crossed it in, and a great header by Morata. That's 2-1 Chelsea. After that, it was a bit of a tight game after that. And then, just one of them things. You can hear the fans in the background, a bit. That's away fans for you. But anyway, going to the second half, it was all Chelsea. They created more opportunities. They had a penalty through Eden Hazard. 3-1 to Chelsea. It's game over. After that, we tried. I can't really disagree with his team lineup. I just think it wasn't a B. It was one of them matches where Chelsea got better quality than us. There's not a lot we can do, and we've now just got to move on to Leicester.
So yeah, he was describing the goals, and obviously he's got a long trip back to Tyneside. But you know, the Diarmi one surprised me. I'm not going to pick on Diarmi. That one surprised me massively. I think you can say, yes, Newcastle struggle in the mistakes. There's been a lot of them, and it's continuing. I know it sounds negative, but we are playing against man. We're playing against top quality opposition, Man United and Chelsea. I think we've done well to keep the score down, to be fair with you. 3-1. Could have been a lot worse. I thought in spells we defended well, but Eden Hazard got man of the match, and he was the boss. He really was. He was doing things, and it's disappointing because I thought individual players didn't perform. I think Carl Darlow's got a continuing goal for me because he looks so much better than Elliott, in particular rushing off his line. Chancellor Mbemba was okay. I thought Murphy tried hard. All ifs and buts and spells, you know. Dwight Gill got his goal, but we've barely seen him have a kick. Shelby looked very shaky when he come on and all sorts, but you know, mistakes cost us, and he cannot do mistakes against top quality opposition. This is what Rafa Benitez said on the mistakes.
Yeah, I think so. When you are playing against a good team, if you make mistakes, I said before, you pay for that. And today it was similar. We were doing well. We had an idea. I think the players, they were doing quite well, but we made these mistakes against good players with the quality that they have. They punish you. Yeah, heading the ball or leaving them to play some penetrating passes, the penalties, so things like that. That we were in the game, and you never know what can happen when you are 1-each, 2-1. But after these mistakes, means that there is a big difference. After they could keep the ball, pass the ball, and when you were going to press, they could play behind, so it was more dangerous. But it's what we have at the moment. It's a top side playing against a team that was giving everything, but again, these these very good players, they make the difference.
So you've got to agree with him. And now we're playing top quality opposition. Chelsea ought to win this game. But, you know, Newcastle, another defeat. That's 6 games. We haven't picked up any wins. 5 defeats to 1 draw. You've got Leicester next week in the club's anniversary, 125th birthday. The Leazes flags and the Gallagher flags are both going to be out. You just hope that they get a win. But Everton as well, you hopefully realistically want to get at least 4 points from them 2 games, I have to say. The league table, let's have a look at that. So we've obviously dropped another couple more positions, and it could get worse depending on West Ham's result over the weekend as well. You know, we've still got that 5-point cushion from the relegation, and we're coming down. December, still a tough month, and at least we've got Chelsea out the way. You know, at least we can say trot them. That's the hard fixture out of the way. We've got Man City at the back end as well. That's going to be a difficult one at home. You know, I sound down. I do sound down. I think most fans are down. I'm not foaming. I think I'm just frustrated that, you know, back in August, time is starting to tell now that the squad is paper thin, and God, we so missed Jamal Lascelles. And I honestly thought last season Jamal Lascelles struggled big time. But by God, he was playing with an injury. No one knew that to the end of the season, so fair play to him. We're missing big time. I thought Christian Atsu as well, his presence getting... Now, some people don't rate Christian Atsu. That's fine if you don't rate Atsu, but he gets us up the pitch so quick, whether you rate him or not. And we do miss that because that helps us on the counter. But you know what it is? This is Chelsea. Put it to bed. We knew this was just a bonus game, as I keep calling it. Let's just put it out the way, and let's try and focus on... As one of my cats wants attention. Let's just focus on getting it out of the way, and then we'll focus on obviously next week as well. But it's disappointing. Let me know what you think and your thoughts down there below. Cheers for watching. See you. Bye bye.